Hey, it's Club Gaga, and today we're going to make Lady Gaga's Bad Romance mask from the Born This Way ball. A mascara mask. 2 hangers. You're going to need a foam sheet, some modeling clay, some elastic, some flannel backed vinyl. You're going to need some stuffing. You're going to need some Mod Podge. You're going to need a poly brush, some white acrylic paint, some wire cutters, an empty roll of duct tape or any kind of tape, the cardboard. You're gonna need some scissors. You're gonna need a glue gun and some glue sticks. First thing you're gonna do is take the mask out, draw the shape of the mask. I'm gonna cut that. Okay, so there's the shape of it. I probably could have gone down further, but I like how this looks. Now this is a great mask too because we can glue the horns right here. But the next step is going to be a little bit more difficult. We're going to shape the mask because the mask has a shape that comes out like this and like this. It's more beveled out more. So we're going to model this with the clay. Okay, so I'm looking at the picture and the clay is going to bevel up this way and then down the side. So I'm going to take up the clay and I'm going to get working with it. Okay, so now all the clay is applied, and so now you have to set it aside and let it dry out a little bit. Okay, so now the clay has dried on the mask, and now it's time to apply the Mod Podge. So we're going to add a big thick layer. Depending on how thick your clay is, you might need to add 3 or 4 layers of Mod Podge. Okay, so now the mask has like 4 or 5 layers of Mod Podge. Now it's time to paint. So take your acrylic paint. When painting, you're probably going to have to add 3 or 4 layers of paint as you did the Mod Podge. Okay, so now the mask has had 4 layers of paint on it, and it looks awesome. Now it's time to make the eye pieces. They're little like lines by the eyes, and you're going to flip the mask over. Then you're going to take the foam and you're going to cut tiny little pieces, and what you're going to do is you're going to take them and you're going to glue them onto the mask with your glue gun so they look like this. Okay, so now we're going to take our flannel backed vinyl and we're going to make a giant square that is 14 inches long by 6 inches wide. We're going to fold it in half on the reverse side and sew it diagonally so it makes a triangle. So this is going to be the pointed end, and you start with and then you come out towards the edge. Lay the first one you made on top of the second one just so you make sure you sew it the same width. Cut off the excess, but leave a 1/2 inch left from the stitch. Okay, so now the horns are done, and now you're going to take your hanger and measure the width of it and cut your hanger to the size of the horn. Okay, so the next step is to take your wire and put it inside the horn and then stuff the horn with the stuffing. But be sure not to stuff too much stuffing inside the horn because you won't be able to twist it. Okay, so now it's time to make the ram horns, and how we're going to do this is we're going to take our duct tape roll. We're going to cut a little piece that fits the size of the ram horn. Then we're going to take a staple gun and we're going to staple the fabric onto the piece of cardboard to keep the stuffing from falling out and keep the fabric from overlapping. Okay, once you finish that, you can take the staple gun and you can staple the ram horns onto the mask. Just be careful to look where you're stapling it so you don't staple the wrong part of the mask.